Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to make this jeonghyun contraption thingy I made called the jeongstrich. I'll be making a dahyun eagle dance version for this tutorial. So first I'd like to make a disclaimer. I'm not an engineer or anything. This is not going to be super detailed with proper measurements and stuff like that. Most of the direction in this video will rely on feeling and instinct on whether it feels right. I really just eyeballed all of this, and I'm going to show you the way I made it. So I made this out of pure love of Twice and jeonghyun, and used that passion to create something I was happy with, and I was lucky enough to show Twice and get a laugh out of them. So with that out of the way, let's get started. So here I have the very first prototype of the jeongstrich, and it's very small, but it still works well. This is about the same size I'll be making the dahyun version. So let's start with the materials and tools I used. First, I printed a picture of dahyun doing the eagle dance. Construction paper, popsicle sticks of different sizes. It'll depend on how big you make yours. String, this cardboard type of material, but it's like a bit thinner. Toothpicks and tape. For the tools, I used scissors, a drill with a really small attachment, a screwdriver with a small tip, it's about 3 millimeters, glue stick, glue gun, and the glue for it, and clippers. First, I'll cut out the dahyun photo just around her body. After that, I'll cut off her arms. So once I finished that, I pasted them onto the construction paper so that it is not flimsy. And you would do the same if you were doing the original jeonghyun version. That goes with everything in this tutorial. And then, I cut out the body and arms once again from the construction paper. Next, I took my popsicle sticks, cut them into the size of dahyun's arms. Then I took 2 more popsicle sticks that would fit the length of dahyun's body. And I used the bigger and thicker popsicle stick for holding the whole thing. Next, I'll show how to make the frame of the whole contraption. This is some sort of pulley system, and I found it through this YouTube video. First I made the holes using the screwdriver on the tip of the small popsicle sticks, and that will go on her arm. So mine here kind of cracks, but it's okay as long as it's still together. I can always hot glue it back later. Then I took the medium popsicle sticks and made 1 hole on the tips as well. So here are the pieces of the frame, and now we can put it together. I made a V with the medium popsicle sticks and taped it onto the big popsicle stick. Using a toothpick, I stuck it into the second hole I made on the small popsicle stick and into the hole of the medium popsicle stick like this. I did it for the other side as well. Then I clip off the excess on the one side and hot glue them into place. And using the thin cardboard material, I cut it into small squares so I can use them as stoppers for the toothpicks. I made holes in them and stuck them on the back like this, and I trimmed them a little so it wouldn't hit anything. So now you can see the mechanism is forming for how the wings flap, and all that's needed is the string. But before I add the string, first I'm going to tape the arms and body onto the main frame. So to add the string, you loop it around these parts of the frame. Now I'm able to flap the wings, kind of. I have to do a lot of tweaking to make it flap properly. I tape the arms onto the small popsicle sticks and see if it is working as intended. Again, I have to do a lot of tweaking. It all really does depend on feel, and you have to work with it a lot to get the correct flap. So when I think it's good enough, where the flapping is correct most of the time, this is when I trim off the ends and the toothpicks and glue them in place. Finally, I add the string and glue the bottom part. I decided to add a second string with a ring from a bottle cap like this so I can flap the wings easier with one hand. As you can see here, I added pieces of a popsicle stick on each side of the arm. This is just to weigh down each arm so that they can drop faster and more consistently after I let go of the string. So here's the final product. Obviously it still needs a lot of work, but that's basically how you make it, and of course you can make your own with better materials, a bigger dahyun or whatever. But yeah, that's how I made my jeongstrich. And here, this is how I made the Ego dahyun version. So yeah, thanks for watching.